and welcome back to my channel. This is East Star Tarot, and today we're going to be doing another collective and timeless reading to see what our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels would like to deliver to us as a message today. And we're going to be asking about, we just shifted into the new year with the year of the snake transforming into the year of the horse. So new energies coming in, new trajectories for ourselves. So let's ask and see what we can expect from this new year of the horse, the new year of the fire horse. And I believe today there is also a solar eclipse in Aquarius as well. So lots of new energies. Aquarius rules technology, friendships, and the new age. So let's just see what aspects of our lives regarding that will be affected. So what can we expect in this new year of the horse for this collective? Wow. Two very fiery energies. We have Envisionary and Structure, the Prince of Wands and the Emperor. So right off the bat, you're taking charge of your creative and spiritual life. This may be involving a creative project that you've been having in the works for a long time or have been wanting to put into work for a long time. We have the Princess of Cups on the bottom. That's interesting. Dreamer. So that right there confirms it to me. There's something you've been dreaming about, something you've been wanting to create, a vision that you have of something that you want to materialize in this world. And right now, with the change into the year of the horse, what's going to be happening is you are going to be taking charge of your life in terms of structure. There's going to be an aspect of you that is called upon to set boundaries around your time and create structure in your life in such a way that you can materialize these visions that you have. There's something, because there's a bald eagle here in the Emperor card. And I believe that shows that Spirit is guiding you. And the lion here makes me think of Lyra. So there's something going on here with past ancestry in your spiritual line, your DNA bloodline, with something you're bringing in that's going to be related to that. Maybe something, a new manifestation of some old knowledge. And with Aries here is very, makes a lot of sense too, because I believe Saturn is moving into Aries right now after it's been in Pisces for so long. So it's going back to the first sign from the 12th sign, which is Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of change in regards to structure and taking action. Pisces, when we have Saturn in Pisces, things are they're a little maybe too dreamy, like, and don't have structure. They don't have rules around them to create something. Sometimes dreams just stay as dreams, or we get lost in the illusion and the fantasy. But this is showing that you're going to be moving away from that energy into one of structure, into one of action. So it could be something's been incubating with you for a while in your mind, in the fantasy realm of your mind. But now it's like you're going to be taking action steps towards making that happen in the reality. 5 of Cups, Scorpio. Okay. Regrets. Yeah, so there's been some lessons learned in the past with maybe steps you didn't take or karmic consequences. Yeah, 10 of Swords. A cycle is ending now. A cycle of regret because you're going to be taking action. Peace. Okay, 2 of Swords. Yeah. So what this tells me is that, just move our cars over a bit. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a plane overhead. It's quite loud. I think it might be a helicopter. Yeah, there it is. It's a helicopter. Oh my gosh. That's so loud. It's flying right overhead. That's so interesting. I think that is a sign that you've gained a higher perspective, that you're seeing things like you're taking like a helicopter view of things now, like you're seeing things maybe your entire life from a higher perspective, like taking the long look at the entirety of your life and the choices you've made. And rather than looking at everything with regret, you're deciding that you're going to let things go. You're going to let this cycle end and be at peace now. Yeah, because this peace card here, the Two of Swords, they've got their third eye open, even though their eyes are covered. So they're still seeing the truth. Sometimes we want to turn away from the truth with Two of Swords. But I think that with you, you're mastering this aspect of yourself, because maybe part of why things stayed in a fantasy world for you was because it was easy to allow that to stay as a fantasy, to turn away from the realistic steps that you would have to take to make something happen. But now you are learning how to turn back towards those things you'd rather not face, and see, how is it that I can work with this energy rather than turn away, hide from it, run away from it. And maybe there was an aspect of regret coming through because it meant you had to let go of certain goals or ideas. Because sometimes things are nicer in a fantasy because anything is possible. But sometimes when we work it out in the practical world, it can feel like, well, maybe it actually can't happen exactly that way, but this way it could happen. So you're learning how to reconcile that. The Ten of Swords tells me that you're allowing things to end for you, old fantasies to end that weren't really something that you could make happen. And I don't want to say it like, I think anything is possible really if we set our minds to it, but maybe not possible in the sense that it wouldn't really make you happy, or it wouldn't be truly what you want. Because with Two of Swords here, it tells me you're looking more into your heart, because he's got this flower here, right? His swords are going through over his heart. So clear communication is happening between you, your mind, your spirit, and your heart about what you truly desire, what could really make you happy. And part of that might be, letting go of old fantasies or old ideas of the past. It could even be letting go of an old self. An old self that used to not take action with things and then live in the regret of not taking action. Yes, that could be what it's about. It's more about you learning to let go of that and say goodbye to that old self that didn't take action, that didn't want to try, that wanted to stay in the realm of fantasy. Fantasy seems to be the key word here. Yeah, like, it's not a bad thing. It's not like you're letting go of your dreams. I don't want you to think that. It's more that if anything, you're stepping into your dreams, because you're deciding that I'm not going to let them just stay in my mind. I'm going to take action, or I'm going to let them go or focus on something else. And that's going to bring you a lot of peace, is to take action, is to be aligned, truly aligned spiritually and physically. Hanuman, 30, devotion. Yeah, you're devoting yourself to what you truly want. I just saw 9/11 on the clock there. So your spirit guides are guiding you in this, and they're proud of you for stepping into this energy, into a place of action, a place of control over your life, of structure, desire, truthfulness. Yeah, Satya, the elephant. I love it. It's like this new, I feel with that trunk spraying the water, it's like you're being cleansed, but there's also this new energy showering over you. It's like you're being reinvigorated, remotivated into doing something that you've always wanted to do, but you haven't allowed yourself to fully step into. Now is your time. An old cycle of hesitation where you regretted not taking the steps is over. You're going to bring yourself into alignment. Yeah, it's beautiful. Let's see here. We're going to take a crystal card as well. Oh, and I didn't mention I have with us a Rabbit totem today with us, and we have this nice piece of garnet for our reading today. It actually makes sense a lot that we have garnet here with us today, because garnet is a stone of devotion, of commitment, of allowing ourselves to have passion and serenity in what we pursue. And it helps us, it re-energizes the kundalini, the chakras, because it corresponds to the root chakra, which is the base of all the chakras moving up the line. So this situation moving into the year of the horse might have to do with your own survival, your own sense of stability in life, that you are devoting yourself to and committing yourself to assuring that seizing that for yourself, to get yourself that stability that you crave, that you wanted. And part of that might be bringing a certain vision to life. So it does make a lot of sense that garnet is here. Helps you also with self-sabotage as well, helping you with behaviors that are not serving you and are causing you to be, going into unconscious self-sabotage. It helps you mentally in that way as well. So I think that might be an aspect here. Whoops. Let's go. Yeah. Let's see, what crystal advice can we get for this situation? Okay, take this one. Euclase. This came up recently as well. In 23, that number collapses to a 5, which is the number of change. So things are changing rapidly for you right now, or there might be a new change coming in very soon, which might be part of this shift in your energy. Or perhaps the change is coming from you, from within. That makes more sense, actually. So we'll go with that. Euclase also, it reminds us about our intuitive wisdom, like the knowing from within, that we actually have the wisdom and intelligence that we need. So part of this might be your own self-confidence coming into play. Euclase reminds us that fear can distort our perceptions, our intuitive knowing. And right now, that might be something that you're learning how to control and how to work with. We have regret here with the 5 of Cups. And I think for you, you're learning actually from these lessons of the past. There's always something that we can gain from the mistakes we make or the lessons we learn along the way. There's nothing wasted in our journey. All of it helps us on our path towards getting towards the ultimate goal that we want to have, our destiny, right? Sometimes it's not what we expect, but we are always on a road and a path towards something that will be for our highest good, for our soul learning. And Euclase reminds you to trust that intuition, because even in situations where you have, even if you have like a beautiful like job, career, financial savings, whatever, you have that stability already. Anything can happen at any time. Nothing is a guarantee in this world. And so when those moments happen of crisis, it's so important that we trust that intuitive wisdom, because that is the thing that will guide us through any situation that we go through, anything that comes across our path that throws us into a state of chaos, that makes us doubt ourselves. Ukulele can bring us back to that awareness that we have an internal compass guiding us always towards where we want to go, where our soul wants to go. Okay. I'll take a Woodland Warden card. Oh, two very quickly. This is so interesting. The Ladybug and the Sweepy. Happiness, yeah. Your happiness is your guide. When you move towards what makes you happy, where you feel naturally relaxed, where everything flows smoothly, where you feel at ease, that's where you're meant to be. Happiness is your guide. If you follow that, you can't be led astray. And we have the Hawk and the Thistle, graceful persistence. Yes, having persistence in going towards what you desire, what makes you happy, even if it doesn't seem like things are going according to plan, or it seems like things could fall apart following this path. If you gently trust your own guidance and your intuition, your spiritual guidance that's telling you to go in this direction, you will be rewarded with happiness. The hawk is also a bird of prey. He glides gracefully, but he can also strike when the moment calls for it. So I think that together, this is telling you to not give up on yourself, to not give up on your happiness, even if things seem like they could go wrong or things could go astray, or you doubt yourself, you doubt your own wisdom. Gently glide along the currents of the air, like the flow of the universe, keeping yourself in that higher perspective, right? Because we had the helicopter, keeping things from on high, from above. Looking down in your life as if you were looking from above and seeing the bigger picture. And I think a key word here is graceful. Allow yourself grace in this journey. It's not always going to be easy, and you're not always going to have an easy time with it, but that is part of the story, that is part of the learning. There's something here too about the ladybug is so tiny, but the hawk can see it. Because you think of that idea of being hawk-eyed, of having that keen perception. You have keen perception to see your own happiness, to find your own happiness even amongst the forest and the grass. You could see a tiny ladybug from above because you're like that hawk. So it's telling you not to give up. You do have the wisdom. You do have the inner knowing that you're doubting. You have it there to guide you and assist you. Let's get And if things seem cloudy, if things seem dark and you don't know what the right path is, do like the hawk. Take things from a higher perspective. Take a step back from your life and look at things from a new view. What would my life look like if I took this other path? What can I let go of? What are truly failures and what are successes to me? The bridge, oh my gosh. This is the bridge from your old life to your new life. And it's also a rainbow. So maybe rainbows have significance to you in some way. They're a sign of prosperity for you. But you're making a bridge to a new life that will bring you happiness from your old life that you were frustrated with, because you're devoting yourself to that goal, to that vision. You're not going to let it stand in your mind anymore. You're not going to let it just sit there in the realm of fantasy. I think you've had a life where you've had a lot of regrets, and there's been a tough cycle for you where things didn't go your way. but learning regret is part of the journey. I'm thinking of The Last Unicorn now, because at the end of that movie, I guess to spoil the movie, at the end the unicorn says that she's changed back, but now she's the only unicorn that knows regret. And it's like going on the journey through the life of being a human, as the unicorn does. It teaches you regret, but it's not a bad thing, because that teaches you how to live. It teaches you who you are. It teaches you what you want. The storm, yeah. Facing the storm is part of the journey. It doesn't mean you're doing things wrong. It means that you are learning the lessons of life. You're learning what your soul came here to go through, to journey through. You might be in some sort of storm right now, and that's what this regret is about, feeling like you made mistakes, feeling like you didn't do the thing you set out to do. But actually, sometimes the storm is here to direct us. Sometimes it's here to illuminate, to show us what we truly want, what we truly desire, or to get us to change direction if we're going in the wrong direction, right? So, your job here is to gracefully glide through the storm, to ride through the weather, and to keep going, keep being persistent. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is your happiness, and you will make it to there. Be devoted to that goal, and you won't be led astray. But it's also about being devoted to your own truth, being truthful with yourself about where you want to end up. Because when we have a lack of vision, we have a lack of clarity with ourselves about our own desires, that's when we get lost. That's when we get led astray, and we let others decide for us what we want. When we take back our power, we're taking back control of our direction, our desires, and we're not letting others direct our desires, right? I'm going to end this reading with angel guidance. Reward yourself. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, because you have been doing this. You have been going on this journey. Oh my gosh, and the conch shell she has in her hand, it really looks like the shape of the Euclase, doesn't it? So it's showing me that you really do have this treasure inside of you, this wisdom that you're maybe doubting and you're not using as much as you could be. Because fear clouds our judgment, right? Our intuitive knowing. So allow yourself to be trusting of the energy. Trust yourself and reward yourself for all the hard work that you've been doing, because you have. Maybe you doubt that. Maybe you don't think you've had devotion, but actually you have. You've been putting in a lot of work, a lot of hours of reflection and meditation and thinking about what it is that you truly want. And working on yourself, because that involves, sometimes when we can't be clear with our desires, it's because there's old wounds of the past, old desires, old triggers, things that hold us back from being clear with ourselves, having that vision, right? Because all these other ideas and thoughts get in the way, or fears or old patterns, blockages from our old belief systems about what we can and cannot have. So reward yourself for being so devoted and so strong on this journey that hasn't been, always rewarding for you. You've been given a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. This is a time for receiving. You're entering that time of your life. You're so close. You just have to keep going on your journey. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistent level. So no matter what happens, no matter what you think you're failing at, reward yourself anyway, because it's probably not the truth. The truth is probably that you're actually doing a lot and you're achieving a lot that you don't even realize. There's a big bus that rushed by, and it just felt like that was a representation of all that you've done. You've done a huge amount of work on yourself. You've gone the distance. I'm thinking of that song from Hercules. I can go the distance. And he's singing about somewhere I belong. So maybe you're trying to find a place you belong, the right career or alignment for yourself, the right place to live, the right relationship. It's like, or the right family, a place of belonging. And that can be many things, right? You've been going the distance. Perfect timing. Yeah, you're at the perfect timing. This is why regret isn't necessary. Because, and I mean, I understand when we feel regret about mistakes of the past, or, you know, when we feel like we could have got somewhere sooner than we did. No, it is the perfect timing. You're at the perfect place and the perfect time to enter into this happiness, to cross that bridge into a new life that you want to have. Now is the perfect time to act on your inspiration because you are the envisioner and you have the right vision. The doors are open, and while you walk through them, with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all the ingredients are right for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. So whatever it is that you feel that calling towards, your spirit guides and ancestors, everyone is telling you to take the chance, to take charge at this time, because it is the perfect time. It is the right moment. It was always the right moment for you to step into this wisdom and to use it to create a happy ending, to create the life that you want, because you have the vision in your mind. You have the right desires and the right dreams, the right vision to create something so successful for you. Okay, I think that's the end of the reading. I'm not getting any more, so I think that's pretty much the whole message. So I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for staying for the end. I appreciate it so much, and I love hearing you guys' comments and thoughts about the readings. So if you feel a desire to do that, share your own story, your ideas, and leave a like and subscribe, or hit the bell if you want to see more videos. It helps the channel out and it'll allow you to see more videos. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.